fun. Not have chicken. What up, fam? It's vibe, dude. It's vibe. What's up, fam? What's up, Squidward? What up, brother? What up? What up? Hey, now, yeah, I just got back. What up, fam? What's up? What's up, fam? Hello, my beautiful people. Hello, you beautiful people. Good morning. Good afternoon now. Yeah. Eat these eggs, and then I'll teach, bro. I'll teach. Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. What's up, fam? What's up, beautiful people? Hello, Monica. Hello, beautiful people. What up, fam? What up? Yeah, we're just in Chicago. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing? How are you doing? What's up, Belinda? Belinda, what's up, Belinda? Junior, what up, Junior? What's up, Internal Ultra? Hello, California. OB, what to do, OB? What up, Josh? Josh, I always see you in here, brother. Just Jess, what to do, Jess? Good morning. Good afternoon. What up, Marvista? I need everyone more guys everywhere. What up, beautiful people? Hello there, Marvista. What's up? What's up, baby? Hello, hello. How we doing? How are you? My thoughts. Hello, my thoughts. 0000007. What up, Parker? Hello, Betty. How are you? What up, Nate? Kick off? No, Addison. I usually have eggs with cream of rice, but I had some cereal. Yeah, and thank you. What up, Betty? Thank you, appreciate it. What up, Andy? What's good afternoon? How's Dante? He's good. I just got back into town. I was out of town for like 5 days, 6 days. $70. No, Addison. He's great. All right. He's great. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I got YouTube as well. Right? You're good? YouTube, TikTok. YouTube, TikTok, YouTube. How old are you? I'm 31. Wow. Do you ever get like roast filet eggs? I can only eat like 5 max. No, bro. I've been eating eggs for, bro, since I was like 15. I'm 31. So I've been eating eggs for like fucking forever. I never get sick of them. Here's the thing, bro. My key to never getting sick of eggs is constantly being hungry. Anybody do anything? No. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like when you're hungry, bro, like you don't really care what you eat, right? You got to think about it that way. When you're fucking hungry, you're like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Give me rocks. I can eat anything. And so if every morning you wake up like that, think about it. If every morning you wake up like that, and then you go get a workout in, right? And then by the time you're gonna eat, you're like, bro, I'll eat my arm, right? Is it bad to eat eggs every day like doctors say? No, fuck that, bro. Go look at most doctors, bro. Most doctors are out of shape. Most doctors don't practice nutrition. Don't get your nutritional advice from doctors. How do you grow your beard? You just fucking grow it. Eat when you're hungry? I'm hungry all the time. So technically I don't eat when I'm hungry. I eat at least 3 to 4 times a day. I just came back from Chicago. I ate like 3-4 times and then snacks in between. I was in Chicago. I fucking had hella snacks. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like once you understand, it's like anything, man. It's like once you understand how to play the game, you can play the game anywhere, right? Most of you guys haven't learned how to play the game straight from your house. So it's like once you learn how to play the game, you're like, damn, like I can make it work anywhere, you know? And when I coach people, one of my clients the other day, he went on a trip and he had like a bunch of chicken sticks. I'm like, yo, just be careful with the chicken sticks because they have a lot of sodium. He's like, yeah, so like, what do you recommend when I'm going out? And he's got about like 80 pounds to lose. I'm like, look, man, there's a time and place for everything. And I'm like, in your life right now, you've gained 80 pounds because you've done the same routine you've done. You've been consistent with what you've been doing, and that's why you gain weight. In order to get a different result, there's gotta be a level of sacrifice. You as well, Nate. There's gotta be a level of sacrifice. I'm like, maybe for a couple weekends, you don't go out. For a couple weekends, you stay and you stay dialed in. Once you get in better shape, you have a lot more wiggle room because now you've got off a lot of the body fat. You've increased your muscle mass. So life isn't always gonna be that way. But there's a time and place where you have to make those sacrifices. You can't keep doing the same shit, right? Going on certain weekends, going out with certain people, going to the same place to eat. You can't and expect something magnificent to come out of that just because you altered the plan just a little bit. So I like to say to my people, it's like, you've had your fun, right? Your cream of rice, but you be making it look so good. I'll do it one of these days. I think I ran out of cream of rice, but I'll do it. It's very simple. I don't use any I just eyeball it though, you know, but I'll make a video. But get a scale. Before anything, you gotta get a scale. Get a digital scale, because without a digital scale, it's very hard to fucking do it. He's asking about cream of rice. I use coconut oil. So, does drinking Four Locos reduce gains? For you only for you, brother. So I use coconut oil. But here's the thing. Whenever I'm working with someone and we're going on a cut, I cut out oils. I tell them to use avocado oil. I tell them to use or coconut spray or coconut avocado spray. Like when I get someone on a cut, the first thing I'm like, we're not gonna have fats, not that many fats, but maybe like 40 grams. And then from there, we'll work our way until we reduce the body fat. That's what I do. Do you plan on having children? Absolutely, brother. Of course, I have to, right? Why are you always eating healthy? It's annoying me. I mean, brother, I should show you when I don't eat healthy. I was at Chicago. I was in Chicago. I ate at a diner. I had pancakes. I had fucking 2 days ago, I had a motherfucking Pop-Tart, a s'mores Pop-Tart. Yeah, s'mores Pop-Tart. What else did I have at my brother's place? I had this protein cereal. I had some fucking graham crackers. Yeah, I ate like a fucking dog this weekend. What up, Manny? Yeah, I fucking ate a lot outside of what I did, yeah. They say no oils. No, oils is not bad, right? Oils, seed oils, motherfucking, like, they're gonna say don't fucking breathe air at one point, dog. I'm gonna tell you, like, went to school to save lives and I shouldn't be, I'm going to school to save lives and I shouldn't be taking it lightly. I mean, are you passing? Like, are you passing your classes? I'm going to school to save lives. I shouldn't be taking it lightly. Like, are you passing your class? Are you studying? Then why, like, what the fuck? Saying, no, Lord Aces. Do you have a dog? I sure do. I'll be good. I'll be doing well. Yeah. Then what the fuck? What are you worried about? I should be taking it more seriously. What do you mean? No, come on, man. No, my mom's from Colombia, my dad's from El Salvador. I just have anxiety. Yeah, that's your own head, and everybody has anxiety at one point, right? Everyone has anxiety at one point because we're always looking at the future through our phones at times. Remember that, like, anxiety really comes from, fuck, I had anxiety this weekend. Let me tell you that this week, right? Listen. Yeah, Manny needs to fucking chill. Let me put it this way, right? This weekend, I did something that I haven't done in like over a year. So my brother smokes, right? My brother smokes weed. I haven't smoked in over a year. I haven't drank. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Let's just do it. So I got high with my brother. Bro, I haven't been high in so long. I think on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got high 4 days in a row. I'm like, do you know what, dude? All we're gonna do, we're gonna work out. He's going through a breakup. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna work out. We're gonna run. We're gonna fucking listen to music. And then we went to Lollapalooza. Me too. No, Rich, but it's been a year, bro. It's been a year. It's not like I do this every other weekend, bro. I haven't smoked in over a year. Right? Over a year. Right? So I'm like, dog, let's just fucking... Okay, they go with the pink outfit in the film. I think you're the creator with the girl with the pink outfit in the film picture. The film picture? I don't know what you're talking about. Right? There you have some fun. Yeah. Yeah, so then all I did is listen to fucking music. I cooked chicken and rice. No, I'm not married. It's a wedding band. But it's not my wedding band. And we vibed, man. Y'all getting beer, but like, yeah, bro, you gotta stop the beer, dude. Fuck the beer. I don't drink though. Usually we take deep thoughts, anxiety, and insecurity back to my sober state to address. I've used weed to take deep thoughts, anxiety, these damn females. Don't blame the females. It's your lack of discipline, bro. I've been with females my whole life, and I never really drank like that. The women, the really good women admire discipline. Really good women admire discipline. Always remember that. Right? So fuck the beer belly, bro. What's impressive is having a six-pack. Sergio Ramos. Man, I was walking... Right, Sanchez. I was walking through the fucking festival. I'm walking through the festival. This guy comes up to me. This guy sees me. And he's like, bro, do you know who you look like? I'm like, who? He's like, Sergio Ramos. Like, yes, bro. I'm like, dude, I get that all the time, bro. Nice to meet you. Have a good day. And then I walk away. I just start laughing. And then... Because someone on YouTube just commented, Sergio Ramos. I'm like, bro, I get that all the time, bro. I get that all the time. Now, I'm standing there. I forgot who we're going to watch. We're getting ready to watch John Summit, right? We're getting ready to watch John Summit. Now I'm chilling there. I got a really cool black shirt, cut off sleeve. It has Dobermans in the back. And I'm wearing some like nice loose fucking long pants. I'm vibing, right? Vibing, chilling. I look behind me. People are coming through. This kid, he looks like a fucking kid. This kid looks at me. It's funny enough. This kid looks at me. He's like, are you a fighter? And I look at him, I'm like, why do you ask? He's like, because you look like one, and you look like you can kick my ass. And I just start laughing, and then I tell him, I came closer to him, I'm like, bro, God bless you. And he looks at me. He's like, bro, you too. I'm like, God bless you, bro. And he just walked off. And it was so interesting in that moment because I'm just chilling there. My brother's next to me. Tell me you're a lover. And no. And it was just so interesting because I get that a lot of times. I get that a lot, everywhere I go, a lot of times. People are like, bro, do you fight? And I never say yes. And I'm like, who's asking, right? What makes you think that, right? I would never say yes because there's no point in saying yes. And so it was nice, man. It was really nice. And then I took half a gummy. I was like, my brother's like, fuck, dude. I wasn't going to do anything. But he had some gummies. I'm like, you want a gummy? I'm like, what's up, Jacqueline? I'm like, do I take a gummy? I'm like, fuck it, dude. I would only do this, right? I would only do this with you. Nobody else. And I didn't steal it. Yeah. And I'm like, and I took half a gummy. Now answer my question. Why cat barks? I don't know. How are you, Jacqueline? And then the fucking martial arts. I do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, thing. I need your opinion thing. What's up, Jacqueline? You know I always hit you with the truth. What up, Leon? Oh, so hi. But yeah, it was fun. All I did was partner go out without friends. What's your thoughts on letting your partner go out with friends once in a while? That's trust. I think we're the cause of the body, what you paid. No, it all depends on what you want spiritually. So I think, what you're not letting your partner go through once in a while. It all depends, man. Do you actually trust him? It all comes down to trust. Like, do you actually trust this person? Number one. Number two, at the end of the day, they're always going to do, even if they go out, like, they're going to do what they want to do. And I always say, God brings into light what's in the dark at one point. Right? What number my mom was, let's go on. Go on. Hello there, mama. What's up? No, he won't let me. He won't let me go out. That's lack of trust. And he won't let me go out. That's lack of trust. I mean, it's not that he won't let you go out. You won't go out, right? I'm still with my girlfriend, yeah. So it's hello, love and grace. It's not that he won't let you go out. You won't go out. You can go out. Unless he has a gun to your head, you can technically go out. You done a competitive bodybuilding? Yeah. I have 2 trophies. Those 2 trophies are for bodybuilding. Yeah, saludos. Someone asked me if I ever competed in bodybuilding. Yeah. Because I respect him because he will leave me if I go out. Then that's not a man worth being. Are you just going to be with someone that has that much of fucking dictatorship over you? I'm just saying. You feel me? If my girlfriend's like, yo, Alex, I'm going to go out. I'm like, okay. Have fun. Peace. You feel me? Yeah. Like, fuck it. Do I trust her? Do I not trust her? And if she wants to go out, but she's like, do you want to come with me? I'm like, fuck, I'll go with you. Even though if I might not want to go, but I'll go with her, right? So I'm just saying, like, if a man doesn't let you go out, like, do you want to live with that kind of like dictatorship? Yeah. And bang with him, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and he won't come with you. He's insecure. He doesn't trust you, or doesn't trust himself. Yeah, that's what it is. If I'm not gonna let my girl, I'm not letting my girl go to a club. Because then they're gonna have guys. Yeah, he works too much. He claims he works too much. That's on him. That's not on you. I'm just saying, like, if someone, hey, bro, like, should I let my girl go? If he asked me, bro, should I let my girl go to the club? I don't know. Do you trust her? Like, that's the thing I would ask. I'm like, do you trust her? Like, yeah, I trust her. Okay. Like, do you think she's going out there to meet other guys? Do you think she wants to, like, you feel me? Someone's buying supplements or any other product to Evil Hope. Bro, why haven't you emailed me yet, bro? I thought you said you were gonna email me. No. Never give him a reason to not trust me. That's what I'm saying. Right. So that's my thought process. If he asks me, I'm like, bro, like, do you trust her? Why does she want to go out? Right? Very secure, I guess. Yeah. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. There's insecure and then secure. I'm secure that I trust her. And if she does do anything bad, then that's not she was gonna do something bad regardless. Right? How much can you bench? I don't really bench that much, bro. I don't care about it. Think about it that way, right? Like, if I let her go and she does something, then she was going to do something regardless if I let her go or not. Sergio Ramos, no. Alex Duenas. That's my philosophy, right? But I don't know how old he is because I've dealt with that myself too. But, thanks. We're both 22. Oh, yeah, he's fucking young, bro. Happy birthday. No one goes to the club for any other reason than hooking up with people. No, bro, you'd be surprised. I've gone to the club and been like, yo, just chilling. That's not true. Yeah, Jacqueline, so you have to understand, like, you're 22, you're young, right? Like, what the fuck? It's good for your dog, healthy food. I give him chicken sometimes. You got dolphin shorts to go with the sleeveless shirt, because I'm not sure you know what year it is. Dolphin shorts? I have purple shorts. I go to bars and have one drink and dance with my friends. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not that she needs it. She just needs to put her foot down. Like, if you don't let me go out, then this is not gonna work. I mean, I don't want to get to that extent, but like, could you be with someone that's like this for the next 10 years? Let's think long term. right? Maybe you can put up with it now, but what if the next year he doesn't let you go out? Feel me? I don't know. Let's talk about quantum physics. Dude, I cannot. So there you go, right? Bro, she didn't do. What's the question? I got an answer. Nah, I can't live my 20s sitting inside 24/7. No. Yeah, 100%. Like, I agree. I mean, you're a mother, so I get that too. You feel me? But at the same time, like, if you just want to go out with your friends and you're loyal to your boyfriend, then yeah, go out with your friends. But I just understand he's always gonna push back. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna allow you. He's gonna push back. We're to sell those that we go for the toys, you know. So that's my advice. Those are my 2 peanuts. Hello, Jennifer. This isn't for every guy. Blenda, are you married? Oh, you guys are back together. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this is the father of your child. I was. There you go. So I don't know. They didn't know the father of your child. Motherfucker, I'd go out with you. If my woman was like, yo, I want to go out, he comes back and I fell for it. Yeah, you fucking 100%. They never change. I'm telling you, never change. Jacqueline, I know you want to make it work because he's the father of your kid. I know you do. But most men don't really change. Most men, unless they go through a fucking period of absolute fucking, 19-year narcissist, well, don't blame him completely, right? You stayed. So at one point of view, you're also narcissistic. I ain't gonna open that can of worms. People are like, narcissistic, blame the party. Yeah, but you stayed with them. Wanted her to have parents that are together. Yeah, you still can. It may not be the same guy though. And of course, a man will always go back to something that is available to him, like that, right? He's like, oh fuck, like if I can't find good women out here, at least I know this girl's got a kid with me, and I know what, like, she's loyal to me. So let me go back to that. Because at the end of the day, if someone left and they found better, they would have stayed. Most people only go back because they didn't find better. Because the kids, I know, I met a lady today. I'll tell that story actually. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna always be looking for better. But you didn't find better either, I guess. Think about it. 2 sides to the coin. Yeah, 2 sides to the coin. You didn't find better. So, 2 sides of the coin. Yeah. Like, let me put it this way. Because why would you want a kid to grow up in a toxic relationship? Because that, like, bad luck with men. I don't know. No, let me put it this way. Okay, before I found my girlfriend, and my girlfriend, she was with someone for like 20 years, right? Trying to make it work. There's no trying. There is no trying. It's already fucking, you know him. He knows you. Unless there's drastic changes. Unless there's a drastic change, you will not. Let me put for example, okay? Let me put for example. Like, let me just give you my testimony. Okay? I'm just gonna give you my testimony and how I met my girlfriend versus every other girl that I fucking met in my life. Okay? Let me just give you my testimony. I think, I think I make my. All right, it's so good to see you again. Bun, my guy, what's up, brother? How are you, brother? It's been a minute. What's up? Get out, Nacho, get out of here. Okay, let me give you my testimonial. I need to fucking fix this shit. What a beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. How are you? Oh. All right. So let me explain. I'm gonna turn you guys around, give you this real quick. I'm just gonna give you my testimonial, okay? What I did to find, actually, I feel like I found a really great woman in my life. Really great woman. So, all right, what's up, Ryan? How are you? All right. So, I truly believe we attract who we kind of are in life. We are. Our vibration, everything's vibration. So, if we attract who we are, then what you have in your life it has to be part of you, right? It has to be part of you. In my life, when I was consistently focused on, I was at one point in my life, there's only a few things I was focused on for like 5 years. From like 25, after my last breakup, from 25, right? From 25 to about 29, all I thought about was sex and fun. Right? That's all I ever thought about. And I thought to myself, well, I do want to find someone eventually. No. But all that was in my head from 25, 20 when it came to relationships was sex and fun. That's it. I'm like, what's the point of having a relationship if I can skip the relationship part and just have the fun part? And if it gets too complicated, well, you just move on. Like, that was my mentality back then after my last breakup. I was like, fuck it. This is my mentality at that point. And even though every woman I met, I'm like, yo, I can make it work with her. I never made it work with them. Never. I never made it work with them. Because all in my mind was this. While doing this, I hung out with my friends and I worked on my business. That's it. But it always led me to having not the best relationships, but hurting people. This led me to hurting people, like lying to them, not treating them, like I would treat them well, but it was just a front. Love bomb them and then be like, it's not working out, bye. So I hurt feelings. And you know what you develop when you play with the sanctity of love? I'm 31 now. I'm 31, right? 31. So you know what happens when you play with the sanctity of love? You get massive karma. Right? If you play with someone's heart, you're fucking with the sanctity of love. And what is God? Right? God. Karma's you. Of course it is, bro. It's law of cause and effect. Anyways. So, by the time I was 29, I started to, it comes back here, 100%. So by the time I was 29, I was like, yo, I need to get serious about like dating. Like, I really want to have a child. I need to get serious. From 29 to about 30, like for that 1 year, at 29, 30, maybe almost to 31, right? It's like 31-ish, because I was 31, 31, right? So next like 29 to 30, 30 to 31, for like 2 years, I focused on just actually dating. Fuck, I forgot YouTube. Hold on, I gotta read on YouTube. Okay, cool, right? During that process, I was like, all right, relationship. But I still had the habits of watching porn. I still had the habit of if it gets too complicated, I'll leave. I could find something else, right? So my mentality from here was like, I'll find a relationship. I'm not sleeping around, but I'm gonna find someone and I want to create something good with them. But I was still not in the right. I was still watching porn. I still thought more about like the lusting part. I still looked for someone with lust. Still looked at how attractive they are and things like that, not what actually mattered, right? So this is where it leads up to the change. What happened? After my last relationship did not work out. Like, she was not like, she was a kind person, but not the best background. I wasn't really proud of being with this woman. She was a great woman, but I wasn't really proud. And I asked myself, why am I attracting these women? Why am I attracting women that they're not the best? Yes, they look good, but they're just not that good. Like, would I want my daughter to grow up and be like them? Absolutely not. No way. No way. Like, I could not, if my daughter grew up to be like her mom, like, I'd be like, no, this is horrible. Horrible. So that's a huge thing. So in that moment, Say, what's up, Sunshine? What's good, man? What are you talking about? This guy here. What's up, Drippy? I'm talking about relationships, right? So, after that relationship ended, I really had to tell myself, if nothing, I can't go through another breakup like that. I just can't, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I decided to do something I've never done in my life. See, by the time I was 16, right? By the time I was 16 years old, I lost my virginity, okay? At 16, lost it. Since 16, all the way to 30, I would say 30, right? Looking around. Yes, Sergio Ramos all the time. From the age of 16 to 30, right? I would say I've never gone more than maybe a few weeks, maybe a month and a half without sex. Okay? From 16 to 30, I don't think I ever went more than a few weeks or a month and a half without having sex. Whether it's with a girlfriend or a girl. Never. Because once I got the taste of it at 16, it just became some sort of an addiction. Right? That on top of watching Korn at 6 years old. Right? Like, mix that up with, at 6 years old, I started watching Korn for the first time. Mix that up with having sex at 16, it just became an addiction. Massive addiction. And ever since I was like maybe, I think 12 or like, I think 8 or 9, I started masturbating, pretty much. Right? Pretty much at 8 or 9, pretty much 6 years old. Great. Yeah, this is how it happened. This is how it happened. How I started watching Korn at 6 years old. I woke up one morning. This is where I was living in Miami. I woke up one morning like a regular kid. I went to the TV to turn on the fucking Looney Tunes at 7 a.m. And I started flipping to channels, and that's where I watched Korn. I'm like, oh damn. And since then, it was like I took a hit of fucking crack, and I was like, oh, I'm hooked. Like, how can I find more of this? And I just kept seeking and searching for like the longest time, right? On saying it'd be okay letting your partner go out with friends of opposite sex. All right, that's so funny. Hold on. YouTube and TikTok. So, Jacqueline, somebody just asked me on YouTube, what do you think of people saying you should be okay letting your partner go out with friends of the opposite sex? I mean, if you're gonna go with them, right? Go with them. Why would you, like, you feel me? That's, maybe it's in America happens, right? But anyways, back to my story. So all of this, right? All of this, before I turned 31, I was really contemplating. I realized that whatever I brought into my life is because at one point I thought about it. And this is the punchline here. Everything I brought into my life is because I thought about it. When you're watching Korn every single day, when you're focused on constantly having sex, all the time, I would dream about this. I take a nap, I dream about it. Throughout my day, I would dream about it. All day. That is the energy you're putting out there. That's all you're ever looking for. Right? With the internet, absolutely. So I asked myself, I'm like, okay, in order to get something you've never had in your life, you have to do something you've never done in your life. I want you to really, really let that sink in. To get something you've never had in your life, you have to do something you've never done. Right? So then what did I decide to do? At that moment, right, I said, I will be celibate. I'll be celibate. I thought about the idea, let me be celibate for a year. I couldn't even imagine being celibate for more than a month. Right? For more than a month, I'm like, who am I? For the last 15 years, right? That's been part of my life. That's been part of who I am. So who is Alex, right? Right? Who is Alex if he's not thinking, right? So this sounds like because they have access to all the important stuff. Yeah, 100%. Who am I if I stop doing something that's been part of my identity for so long? Right? I'm a fixer, trying to fix everyone and thing. You try to fix people because you don't want to fix yourself. It's easier to fix other people's problems than to fix your own problems. That's the thing with fixers. And you feel like that's what you have to offer to people. Sometimes you don't feel like you're good enough. So because you don't feel like you're good enough, you're like, no, I can help you fix yourself. So that makes me feel like I'm good enough because I'm actually helping your life. Because you don't feel like you're good enough just being you. You feel like you have to help them as well. And that's an internal problem, right? To Corey, you don't believe that you're good enough because something happened to me too. I know this because it's happened to me too. You become that person that wants to help people because you don't feel like you're good enough. But you have to understand you are more than enough. Beating it once a day is healthy, prevents prostate cancer and helps with stress relief. Yeah, no, bro, but beating it's not the fucking answer, bro. You can work out, bro. You can work out and fucking have a girlfriend, right? Do that. I help others. Yeah, 100%. But it's a sense of like sometimes when you're with somebody, you're always trying to help somebody because you don't feel like you're good enough. I know you want to help people, but it's like you're not feeling that you're good enough. So let me, on top of me being who I am, let me also help you because who says you have everything together? None of us have it all together. We have so much work we have to do, but it's okay. We have to understand that we're more than enough already. All right? And that's a huge thing I would want you to, that's something that I've realized in my own life. As somebody who is constantly being disciplined, I'm always being consistent with learning, reading, making sure that I'm not doing all these. Somebody who strives to want to be better every single day, it's a double-edged sword. Because why am I striving to, why do I read so many books? It's not just because I want to learn. It's because deep down inside, when I was young, my parents told me that I'm not that good at school, but I'm great at sports. So I felt like I'm not smart. I'm not smart. So for a very long time, it's why I did go-go dancing. It's why I used my body a lot to get places or like to talk to people. Because at one point growing up, it was like I have a twin brother. My brother's really good at school and I'm really good at sports. He's not good at sports. I'm not good at school. So that made me feel like I'm not smart. I'm just not a smart person, but I'm a great athlete. I can do this. So me reading a lot. I love to read. I have a whole fucking library. And I read every single fucking day. But part of it became because I never felt good enough. I never felt smart enough because I was told my whole life from the beginning, like, hey, you're not that smart. Like, you're not good at school. You're not good at school, which implied I'm just not that smart. So that's when you have to take inventory. I don't mean to digress, Jacqueline, but that's when you got to take inventory on yourself and what you've been told since you were a young kid. And then really ask yourself, what part of me as a young kid still affects me in what I do today? So back to this. Once I decided to but why was I going to be celibate? Not only, right? Not always very obvious to me. Yeah, it's always been very obvious to me when watching your entire. Yeah, I appreciate that, kid. I appreciate it, but it's because I never felt smart enough. So back to this. Back to what we're talking about. If we want change, we have to do something we've never done before. And change comes with pain. But pain comes with progress. Always remember that. Remember this formula. Change, right, comes with pain. Right? Change comes with pain. Pain equals progress. New progress equals new result. Right? Always remember change. Any change you have is going to come with pain. You started a new diet? Fuck, I'm getting kind of hungry. That's fucking pain, which means you're progressing. Fuck, I started working out. I'm so sore. Change comes with pain. Pain comes with progress comes with pain. Okay? Then comes the results you want. So in my situation, I wanted a good relationship. I wanted a good woman in my life. What did I have to change about myself? Something that I've never done. Number one is be celibate. Never been celibate in my fucking since I was 16 years old. I'm 31. Number two, I did semen retention, which is like, don't watch porn and don't pretty much masturbate. Don't do that. Like 2 things I've been doing, right? 2 things I've been doing since I was fucking like 6 years old. Right? 6 years old to 31, about to be 31. Like to go out because he has class and doesn't like to be seen out. That doesn't make any freaking sense to you. No, it just, he seriously doesn't want to be, he either doesn't want to be seen with you or that's the truth. You know, like I don't want to be seen. Why does it matter who sees you? Unless you don't want somebody to see you. Anyways. So, this goes for Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I did 2 things I've never done in my life. Celibacy and semen retention. And third thing I did is I prayed. I've never prayed to God for a wife. Right? I've never in my life prayed to God for a wife. Never. I never felt like asking him that. To me, it felt like I'm asking too much. Really? Yes, because he's given me so much. He's given me my body. He's given me a roof over my head. He's given me a car. He's given me food. He's given me friends. He's given me an audience. Right? Like, I don't really like to ask God for things because he's already given me so much. There's someone out there without, like, an arm and a leg. There's someone out there who can't work out anymore. There's someone out there who's living in a country who fucking eats one time every 3 days. And I'm over here gonna ask him for a wife. I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I can do some things on my own. You know, I can do certain things on my own. Like, I know you got I know you got your hands full. There's people out there who don't even have a wee-wee. They have a 1-incher, right? They have a 1-incher, and I'm like, over here like, oh God, bless me with a wife. Oh my God, I can maybe do this my own, you know? So, right? I forgot, I gotta check on YouTube. Alright, I gotta get to check on YouTube. YouTube, TikTok Live, YouTube. I treated my rumba yesterday during push day. How should I do pull day today? Just don't go heavy. Understand you have an injury. If you have an injury, you pull the muscle. Understand 2 things. Accept it's not gonna be healed in 2 days. That you have to accept that you have an injury. And number 2, it's gonna take longer than what you hope it takes. Right? What's up, Tears of Tiger? How are you? Bro, streams on TikTok. Yeah, 100%. I would love to give you a good smack. Brother, you couldn't even if you wanted to. Let's see. I tried helping this girl get sober from crack, and she agreed, but I could tell she didn't want to be. I've been depressed about it because she was like my best friend, and I was failing her. So I ended it with her. Yeah, brother, you're not failing her. You're not failing her. Hello, Rihanna. You're not failing her because that's her who didn't want to change. Anyways, back to this. Jacqueline, you keeping up? Right? Because I'm about to give you the formula to get what you actually want. Right? To get anything you want, there has to be a sacrifice. There has to be a sacrifice. There has to be a sacrifice. So for me, right, I had to become this new man. Everything and everyone is disposable. Yeah, but not everyone. Not everyone thinks that. That's too broad. Say everyone. Yeah. I'm gonna drop to by to show some love and take some more education. Awesome, Tears Joy, love it. Throw the whole relationship away. Don't take advice from him. You make that decision, Jacqueline. You make that decision. Okay. So here's what I had to do. I had to change. I had to change who I was in order to change the vibration I was on. All right. Like, I had to change who I was. So this Alex, right? This Alex would watch porn. This Alex would always seek sex, right? This guy had these habits, right? I need more service back to you. Yeah, I think I need more service back to you. I want to say something, right? Let me finish this and I'll give you that right, okay? So we have to understand, before I attracted like the woman I do have in my life, which I believe is one of the best women in life, right? If I would walk away. There you go. The biggest thing is I had to change who I was. When I changed who I was, I changed it by what I did. I stopped watching porn. I stopped looking for sex, right? And my only focus in that moment of my life was to stay focused on work, becoming the man. And if I'm not doing these, right? If I'm not doing any of this, I'm not bringing my vibration low. I'm not going down low. Because all these things bring down your vibration. When you watch too much porn, when you have meaningless sex, this all brings you down here. But if you abstain from that, especially if it's easy for you, right? That's not difficult for me. Me and my buddy talk about this all the time. There's some guys who are like, bro, like, how can you not say no to things? I'm like, well, when you have like people constantly wanting to do it with you, it's harder to say no than if you have one girl once in a while who wants to sleep with you. Like, that's the thing, right? This is super hard for me. It's easy for me to say no to drinking, but it might be completely different for somebody else, right? You have to find what you know does not make you better, and when you learn to say no to that, you invite something better in your life. By me not constantly looking at random girls or sleeping with random women, like, I made myself better. I vibrated at a different frequency. Take someone who drinks every day and someone who doesn't drink every day. They're going to have two different vibrations. So when I did that, and then I focused on what I did want, which was a wife, right? For about 4 months. I did for about 4 months I did this. Changed my whole perspective on life. Changed how I spoke. Changed how I walked. Changed how I looked at things. Who's in 1 inch? No one. Whoever is, I hope he's a goner. You look like the Punisher from that Spider-Man a little bit. Yeah, I get Punisher, Sergio Ramos. You get it. Right? Yeah, but here's the thing. I was so scared. I was massively scared to be celibate. I was so scared. I'm like, who does that make me? Who am I now if I'm not constantly looking to sleep with someone? It sounds crazy. But imagine if you're a smoker and you smoke every day and you think about smoking. Then all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going to smoke anymore. You're like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, I usually have a smoke by now. I usually have a cigarette right now. What do I do now? Imagine having you have 3 or 4 cigarettes a day, and now all that time is gone. Like, what do I do now at that time? Who am I if I don't have that? How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to get rid of my stress when I can't do that? That was me. So what did I do? I fucking tightened up on my fucking nutrition. I started hitting 2 workouts a day. I started going live 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I started working more. I started working a lot more. I put my time into being productive. All right, fuck it. If I'm not finding, and then I'd go to bed early. I'd go to bed at 9. I ain't gonna have no one over. Nuh-uh. I ain't having no girl over. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna read my fucking book. I'm gonna be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Woke up at 3, prayed, worked out, did TikTok live, worked with clients, did TikTok live again, ate a meal, got a second workout in there. I just did not allow myself to have space to do either one of these. So something about you has to change if you want something new to come into your life. Let's break that shit, get me out. Gooseman, chill out. Gooseman, leave Rihanna alone. I'm talking to YouTube. Leave Rihanna alone, Gooseman. The point of marriage is celibacy university is weird. Plus even Drippy, moderation, bro. Drippy, I never want to be like you, bro. Like motherfucking moderation. Anyone that says moderation, you're looking for mediocrity, bro. I eat in moderation. I work out in moderation. I work in moderation. Fuck moderation. So Jacqueline, moral of the story, right? It takes a lot for someone to change, right? It takes a lot for someone to change. For you to go back to something that you know didn't work out in the past. Let's try it again. There has to be massive change. There has to be massive change from the beginning, right? Because in enough timeline, you'll notice that they didn't really change, right? That's it, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work out, which technically it works out. But then you have to be on the lookout for what you actually want. I would take the formula. I did 2 things that I've never done before in my life: celibacy and semen retention. 2 things I've never done. And then I prayed for what I wanted. So if I were you, if you wanted to take that formula, then you have to do technically 2 things. Two things you've never done before, right? That you are currently doing. Alex was watching porn every day, masturbating, and he was constantly, I had someone that I could always sleep with, okay? Who I knew I never had intentions of being with, right? And then the third one is I prayed. I stuck to these, and I replaced these 2 things. I replaced these 2 things with self-improvement and in helping other people. I replaced the porn with a second workout and nutrition, and I replaced the sex with reading and work. Right? Reading and work. I replaced it. So I know I do it. True, changing sucks. Why you gotta do the extremes, man? Why you gotta be extremes, bro? Because I don't want to be average, bro. I don't want to be average. You want to walk down the street, be like, that's an average man right there. That guy, he inspires me because he's average. He does things in moderation. That's inspiring. No, bro. I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, but you have to learn to let go. You have to learn to let go. And you said it yourself, I'm trapped. You're not trapped, right? You're not in this little cage. Right? This is where you think you are. Right? You think you're in this little jail cell, right? Right, exactly. You're choosing to stay. You know, and I'm not saying it can't be better, but if you're already realizing that, yo, like I want to, you won't let me, then yeah, exactly. She's there. But you know what though? Do you know where this is? You know where this is? This is all in your mind. But that's where she's trapped. Right? That's where you're trapped, is in your mind. Right? In your mind. I'm going to say, wake up and smell the roses, Lord. The Lord is king. You being lied to, the devil will not win. Damn, bro, for praising Jesus, you don't really look like a Jesus disciple. Right? So it's okay. It's okay. And then you ask God. And it's going to, again, pain, change comes with pain. Jersey, do you do like that? Wait. During the free time at home, you learn shirt, bro. Put a shirt, football shirt, and get Spanish people in your team stream. They will donate like crazy because you look like Sergio Ramos. Famous fun to see how Spanish people would donate money to you. I just wear a measure. You look like damn. I've been here 2 minutes on your butt. Here 2 minutes. You're on point. He doesn't even like football. Like, sorry, my fucking YouTube people. No, bro. I'm Alex Duenas. I'm not Sergio Ramos. Okay. Any questions? That's true. That's where I get in my mind trap. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. Our mind's always looking for problems, right? Our mind's always looking for problems, and so everything and this is what I've learned from reading hundreds of books, right? I've read hundreds of books, right? You learn a bookshelf, right? Hundreds of fucking books. If there's anything, and I've had notepads. I've been journaling for fucking, I don't even fucking know how long. Like, bro. I don't think people understand. See all these? These are all journals. These are all journals. Like every fucking journal I have is full. Every single one of them. I'll turn more pages and 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 more pages. That's one full fucking 180 fucking pages, I think. Yeah, 180 sheets. That's one. We have another one. Yeah, we have another one. Yeah. More, yeah, more. I don't know how many, 5-star. 180 pages more, right? That's another one. Another one. Journaling is so important. You think I can put your thoughts on paper? You'll realize that you can't put every single thought on paper. You end up putting only the important ones. That's another journal. Do we have another journal here? Yeah, we fucking do have another fucking journal here. Right? Another journal. Go journal your thoughts now. It's probably one of the best therapies I've ever had. Another fucking journal. How many journals we're in so far? That's another fucking journal. I do another fucking journal. Yeah. And that's not even half my journals. Why? Yeah. Rihanna, journal tonight. Journal tonight. All you guys, journal tonight. Just get a piece of paper. I journal all the time. Because what ends up happening, if you're an overthinker like me, or you have a million tabs open, when you're writing, you can only write so much. You can only write so much. So you allow yourself to actually have focused thoughts. Because your fucking hand has to keep up with your thoughts. So you end up picking and choosing your thoughts, and then before you know it, you put the important thoughts on paper. Because what you write is the most important thing. If not, you wouldn't have chosen. But you can have a million thoughts, and 999,999 are not important. And so I journal every morning. The president that covers my name, Jesus. Right? I journal every morning. You know? My new advisor. No, I think he's cool. He's just excited. He's like, oh my god, famous person. Like, I went to Chicago, bro. I didn't tell you this, Rihanna. I smoked hella weed this weekend. I smoked so much. Right? I smoked, and all I did was write. This is what I wrote yesterday. This is yesterday. A little Alex. This is 8/3/26. This is a little Alex. I write weirdly. But then what? 8/2. Yeah, 8/2. This is yesterday. This is. I was high as shit, dude. I was high as shit. Look what I drew. I drew a sun, techno queen Charlotte DeWitt. I drew this when I was high. And this is me. Proud, God, motivating. You know, maybe this is all creative comes from the free space. That you know, like I fucking did this yesterday. Alright? That's fucking, and then I was high as shit, dog. And then this was, I got a red marker. I got a red marker. Look, I got a fucking red marker at my brother's house. And then I fucking wrote, and then I wrote, and then I wrote, and then I wrote, and then I wrote. That's all August 1st. August 1st. Yeah. This is all one day. Because motherfuckers, I'm in my head. I'm in my head a lot. You know, I'm even going, this full spectacle. Yeah, I probably know that, right? Why? Because there's a lot going on in my head. There's a lot going on in my life. A lot going on in my life of where do I want to move? What do I want to do forward? What do I want to do with my business? There's a lot going on in my life that I just can't stay here. Right? As you start to really do things differently. I'm in a different relationship with a woman that doesn't need fixing. She helps me out more than anything. You know, but I also help her out. And she points it out to me. It's like, you help me out with this. I'm like, oh, it's second nature to me. Like, right, training, and we made a promise to each other. Right, me and her made a promise to each other. Where's my wallet? Come on. All right, we made a promise. This is my wallet, right? I have a little note here, right? We made a promise to each other. And it was this. I gave her mine, she gave me hers. So her promise that I'm supposed to keep, we were playing this card game. And in this card game, it's like both of you guys write something that you want to be held accountable for. And so I wrote something and she wrote, she wrote this, right? Being uncomfortable, right? She wrote on her thing, keep me accountable for being uncomfortable. I say fucking left. That's how I live my life, right? That's how I live my life. And so for me, I wrote to her, keep me accountable with mixed martial arts. Like, don't let me stop doing MMA. And so we both kept this in our wallets. And so there at times where we want to disagree with each other, we talk about this. And so when you start to do the things that you know are, at least for me, when I started to do things, like this relationship is completely different. Never been with a woman like this, like her. She's made me think differently. She's made me view life differently. And she keeps me accountable for something I told her to keep me accountable, which is super important. And since I've been doing something I've always wanted to do, I've always wanted to do mixed martial arts since I was a kid. And I did a little bit, but then my parents stopped me. And I took a different route. Revisiting something that I've wanted to do for such a long time, which is something I advise you do. Right? I think back to when you were 15, 16 years old, like what you really wanted to do. And if it still keeps popping up, you have to pursue that. Because when you are in alignment, at least what I found in my life, whenever I'm in alignment with what I know I should be doing, when something is itching at me, at my heart, things tend to flow a lot better in my life. So since I've been doing mixed martial arts, it's made me very uncomfortable. Every time I fight someone, every time I roll with someone, every time I do something, it makes me uncomfortable. And guess what comes with being uncomfortable? Growth. So now I revisit my business with a new perspective, a new relationship, a better man, I would say, mentally tougher man from everything, all the fighting that I've been doing. And it makes me revisit my business. Like something needs to change in my own business. because I'm not happy with the way it is. I love helping people. I help people every single day, but there's more that I can do. And so and so that's what taking this trip to Chicago to be there with my brother when he's going with his own changes in life, right? He's dealing with his own like different heartbreaks and things like that, but I spent time with him to be with him. I said, fuck it. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to sleep in, I'm going to fucking smoke, and I'm just going to listen to music, and I'm just going to write. I'm like, I'm going to be creative. I'm just going to be creative. I don't do this. It's completely out of my routine. And that's what I did. And I got some answers. If I look back at everything I wrote, I got some answers. But you have to let yourself be creative from within. At least that's what I learned. Because the kingdom of God's within you. Luke chapter 21 verse 17. The kingdom of God's within you. Everything's within you. If you want to seek more answers, everything comes from you. Artist. I believe that we are all artists. You're an artist. I'm an artist. The best artists are the ones that listen to what's inside of them. And they express it through the gifts that God has given them. Mine is speaking. I would say mine is speaking and mine is training people. That's the truth. Like training people and speaking, it's some of the gifts that God has given me. And the thing is, you have a gift. You have a gift. It doesn't have to be singing. It doesn't have to be dancing. It doesn't have to be an instrument. It could be anything. Writing. It could be fucking talking. It could be making patches. Whatever it might be. Like, that's the thing. You're also, I don't understand why you don't have more people in your life. And God's plan. You feel me? All I can do is show up every day. It's like, for example, this is a perfect way. The comment I'm going to make next is for those who think it's too late. For those that think it's too late. You might think it's too late. Okay? I don't know about motivational speaker. I like this. Me on content doesn't. All right, cool. Come on. This applies to anyone that feels it's too late. There's this guy who is playing in the World Cup. He played for I forgot what country, but it was like a very, very small country. Yelling at my neighborhood, I think that's funny. Guy yelling at the neighborhood. That's funny. So. The goalie of the World Cup, this one goalie, he's like 42 years old. I don't know how old he is. He blocked a shit ton of goals. There was a goalie in the World Cup, and he was playing for a team. I want to know if anyone knows it, right? And he just Cabo Verde, yeah, he's 40. Cabo, yeah, Focina, whatever. His name, that guy. He's 40, playing for Cabo Verde. This man came out of nowhere, just fucking being a great goalie, right? Cabo Verde, yes. 40 years old, bro. 40 years old. I'm pretty sure he was working at random places. Then he came to the World Cup. He was on TV and everything. Like, he went from like maybe having 10,000 followers, 15,000, something like that, to like having 2 million people follow him. He went back to his country and he got awarded this. He just got a great opportunity. So the comment I'm making is because she said, like, you're a great speaker. I don't know why you have 20 million. Yeah, 20 million people followed him. From like 15,000, 20,000 to 20 million followed him. So Liliana, to answer you, it's like, I don't know how you don't have more people. It's not about, I get that. It's like, I don't know how you don't have more people. When you continue the path and you don't focus so much on the outcome, but in doing what you know is right, everything else will fall into place. Because sometimes, there's a quote I read. It's like a lot of people, some people find God at the bottom of their sins, while some people lose God at their highest blessings. And I'm like, wow, it's true, right? It's true. And so, at times, it's like staying consistent with what you know is right. What's going to be the sum of your life, right? What's going to be the sum of your life is the day-to-day things. It's not the day you get married. It's not the day that you buy the house. It's not the day you buy the car. It's not the day that you sell your business. It's not the day you get the six-pack. It's the day-to-day life that really matters. Can you put that one chat? Yeah, it's like God, and it's not from me. I forgot from who is it from. But it's like some people find God's some people find God in their, I think it's fuck, I have to go back. I have to go back and look at what I said. But it's like people will find opportunity in like the lowest of the sins, while people lose God in their highest of blessings. I have the quote here. My phone's dead. But I'll record that, and then I'll clip that and I'll put it back on.
If you were less intimidated by you, they're scared.
No, they're not scared. You weren't scared, right? But it's okay. Like, and that's another thing too that I've learned in this process, like just to be authentically yourself. You know, just be you. There's a lot of assets to me. There's a lot of parts to me. There's a lot of parts to you. Like this weekend when I was smoking these fucking joints. I'm like, give me that shit. I had my hoodie on. I had some fucking Saint Laurent glasses on. I was vibing. High as a kite. I was like, fuck it, dude. This is Alex who smokes and wants to chill, right? I'm not like this 24/7, right? I used to be on 24/7. I'm on like you front. I'm not convicted of that, but I did that for a while, and then I came to a point where I reached a level of success, right, in my business. And I really wasn't fucking happy. Right? I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was the point of all that? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, that was what does it say?
Yeah, I need to charge this phone. If I charge this phone, I'll have the same. So, yeah. Rihanna, I've been seeing your stuff. Rihanna, I feel like you found some new friends. I'm happy for you. I'm like, oh, Rihanna has new friends. Yeah, even my workouts have been different, bro. Why haven't worked? Because, dude, I know it's very interesting lately. Even my workouts, bro. My workouts have been kind of like, other than mixed martial arts, they've been kind of, not even gonna lie. Really? Yeah, dude. Why? I don't fucking know, dude. That's just how life is, man. But at least my clients are doing well, though.
I always have friends. I am very friendly. I don't go.
Yeah, any questions? Yeah, I guess Rihanna, I see you posting more about them. Right, YouTube. What else did I want to teach today? I wanted to teach but yeah, hopefully that really like makes a difference in some of your guys' lives. I'm afraid that yeah, of course. It's very simple to follow. And even if you do, you can always get back on top. That's like that's helped out a lot. Right? Like the first how many months? Yeah. After 7 years of PF working at my job, I'm looking to start my business or going on another route now. Good job, brother. Do it, bro. I just want change now in me, my life, and family. Yeah, brother, 100%. And it's never going to be easy, brother. Like, it's never going to be easy. Let me put it this way. When I started my business, right? Well, technically, I got fired. I got fired from my personal training job, and I had to start my business. I started my business, and then I ended up, after I was done, and then I had fucking relationship problems. So I ended up moving to live with one of my best friends, and I left my clients. So I had to start all over again. And then I actually got a job at Crunch as a personal trainer, as a training manager. So I had clients down south when I got fired from my job. And then I moved into a friend's house here in Gainesville back in 2019. And at that moment, bro, I had no college degree. I had only a car, but I had a car. No car payment, but I had like $10,000 in credit card debt. And I had no college degree, no nothing. I just had some experience with being a lifeguard and being valet in restaurants. So when I got to my friend's house, a buddy of mine got me a valet job. So I got a valet job so I can make tips, so I can fucking pay my bills. And then, why did you get fired? I got fired because, long story short, I worked with this guy. He was my mentor for like three and a half years at the gym. And he taught me a lot. He taught me so much about life. He was very successful. I mentored under him pretty much. And so he taught me how to train people from Palm Beach Island, people who were high-level CEOs. I was 20 years old, 21 years old. And I was training people who made a shit ton of money, who were fucking twice my age. But he would always tell me, he's like, Alex, stick to your craft. You're the best at this. And so I would just train, and they loved it. They loved it. He would hand their clients down to me, and who is this young kid? I'm like, don't worry about it. He's gonna take you through your training today, and And so they respected him more because of who he was. He was older, but then I take him to a workout. I'm like, God damn, this kid knows what he's doing. And it wasn't always about me making them work really hard. It's just I knew how to speak to them. I knew the intensity that they needed. That's the most beautiful thing about I believe about what I can do. It's I know what you need, right? I've been training for so long, and I've been training people that I know exactly what you need. You don't need more. You don't need less. You need just enough where you feel good and you're proud of yourself once you're done. That's one of my biggest secrets when it comes to training people. I'm like, if I can get them to feel good, and if I can get them to push themselves while I'm pushing them, because my job is to speak louder than your negative thoughts. Whenever I'm training you, who do you think I'm going against? I'm not going against you. I'm going against those negative thoughts that's telling you, this is hard, we can't do this, it's not going to work this time. What if I fail? I have to fight against that voice. And I start to rewire your brain by the words that I say to you. That's what really makes the change. And so even with my online coaching, I was just speaking to one of my clients. I don't mean to digress, but we were talking about the sleep. And she's like, I'm not getting my sleep. I'm like, look, that's going to have a huge impact on your weight loss, your mental health, your stress. So ultimately, it's costing you more. Tell yourself, put the phone down, because it's she doom scrolls. I'm like, tell yourself, nah, it's okay. Just stay with me. It's making the unconscious conscious. Okay, simple as that. So I'll give you an example. Me, when I used to watch a lot of porn, right? I would do it before I showered, right? Before I showered, I would watch a lot of porn. Okay? And so it just became a habit. All right, time to shower, grab my phone, right? Look up the little fucking places before I go shower. It became a habit. So meaning I didn't think about it. Okay? I didn't think about it. It's unconscious now. That's what a habit is. You just do it. It's normal. So in order for me to stop this so I could actually feel better about myself, I had to consciously, meaning, well, you know what you do every time you do this? Don't fucking do it. Put the phone outside and just go shower. In that moment, I made the unconscious, right, conscious, right? I became aware of what I was doing. Most people are asleep. This is what we must understand. Most people are asleep. You're asleep half the time. It's like whenever you're driving, and you're like, oh, fuck, I forgot I was even driving. Or I'm like, oh, you just doze off. That's a habit, because you have a habit of driving. And it's second nature to you. It's unconscious. You're unconsciously driving now. So, when it came to my client, it's like she's not getting out of sleep. I'm like, you're scrolling because you get into something called hypnotic rhythm. Right? It's called hypnotic rhythm. And so it's just a law. It's like you get stuck in such a cycle of this habit that it becomes part of you now. You're not even in control now. Your body is on autopilot. So in order for us, and I told him, in order for you, because she's been doing over and over and over, I'm scrolling. So now I'm like, hey, you need to speak. You need to be wait, put the phone down. I need to go to bed. Put it down, and just go to bed. And that's what I told him, you have to talk to yourself. And you have to make the unconscious, which is you scrolling, conscious. Hey, you're doing it again. You're doom scrolling. You need to go to bed, or you're gonna regret waking up. You're gonna regret waking up because you didn't get enough sleep. Because now stop it. Put the phone down. All right, I'm going to bed now. That is how you make the unconscious conscious. You get home, you're gonna grab, you're fucking stressed, you just grab a beer. You're like, no. Every time I fucking do this, I drink 1 or 2 beers. That's why I have this beer gut. No, like don't grab this beer. What's the best thing I can do right now? I can get that workout in. I'm like, bro, get that workout in. Just go. Don't pick up this beer. Just go get that workout in. Like, you see how you have to make the unconscious. Because it's a habit to go. Maybe you go home and you grab the fucking cookies. Maybe you go home, you grab the fucking bread. Maybe you go home and you just turn on the TV. Whatever that habit it is that you know is stopping you from getting to where you want to go, it's an unconscious movement. So we must make it conscious. Whoa, stop. Or when you get mad at somebody and you're going to lash out, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. So many times I've gotten angry and I'm like, bro, don't yell, don't punch, don't do this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just, come on, have patience. Have patience. That is how you make the unconscious conscious, by noticing. You have to be aware. Wait, hold on, let me read this. Don't know if they are new friends or you must haven't seen them in a while. I haven't. Why did you get fired? Why did you get fired? Why? Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading all the chats. I don't have time for my kids now. I don't chase overtime at work. There you go, my brother. Good job. 100%, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna start a business, bro, it's gonna take a lot of your time. I want to get my hours I need and spend more time with them. Yeah, 100%. And if you want to start your business, bro, then you really, what I would say is that what's important to you, and it's something that I'm still trying to figure out myself. What is important to you? Because at the end of the day, sometimes, and this is what I've learned in my own life, sometimes we're chasing things thinking we actually want them. And then sometimes, have you ever gotten something you're like, I don't really want this? Crazy. And so like something that I've been doing myself is like, dude, what do I actually want? I'm like, too much of us, at least for me, it's like when we spend too much time online and scrolling and watching, right? Sometimes we get brainwashed to thinking that there's something that we must have this. You must have this. If not, you're not successful. Like, I've fallen into that trap. I actually fell into that trap when I sold my gym and decided to do the online coaching. I make money doing online coaching, but is it the most passionate thing I've ever done? Absolutely not. So I chased a mirage. There's certain people I admired who were doing great with online coaching, only to come find out that it's not my ideal thing. I made it work, but it stopped working because I stopped wanting to do it. And so I realized when you have to force it, it's a reason it's not working. It's really, at first I'm like, no, you just gotta push through certain things. I'm like, yeah, but motherfucker, if you don't have to do CrossFit to get in shape. Can you get in shape doing CrossFit? Yeah, you can. Is it the only way to get in shape? Do you have to fucking learn how to clean and press? Do you have to fucking learn how to fucking do all these intervals? Do you have to learn how to do fucking muscle ups to build a grip? No. But imagine if the only way you thought getting in shape was through CrossFit and you fucking hated it, knowing there's a shit ton of other ways to get in shape. How ignorant would we be? How ignorant would you be? Would I be? And that's how a lot of us I operate, I believe. That's how I was operating. I gotta make it work. I gotta make this work. I gotta make this work. If they made it work, I can make it work. I'm like, but are you even enjoying trying to make it work? Not really. So do you think getting to the end is gonna make it enjoyable? I think so. And then you get to a certain degree and you're like, okay, I made it this far. Do you enjoy what you're doing? Yes and no. You know, so it's really reflecting back on where are you going? I heard the funny story when you were getting mad at your girlfriend for taking too long and the story that I learned and I'm listening with the baby, yeah. And now I need a shower. I don't know, bro, I just trying to start from the beginning. Start from the beginning, a lot of we're just talking about like, chasing money and just seeing my kids grow from afar. Yeah, dude, yeah. We're just talking. We're talking about hypnotic rhythm, making me unconscious, conscious. But where was I going with this? No, it's not. Damn, where were we going? I think it was as just consciousness with a vessel attached. Don't put myself in a box. Identity. I like that. What the fuck were we talking about? What were we talking about? That I switched to the unconscious. Why did I switch to the unconscious? Damn, I forgot. I've been hitting crows at work on my break at work. It's paying off. Fuck yeah, dude. Anytime you fucking do shit like that, you're always gonna get a great result, man. Same, they just look alike. Big knockers? What do you mean big knockers? Rihanna. That's Rihanna. Okay, so what's up, bro? What it do, Gabe? How are you, my brother? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. That's another thing. That's another thing. What happened to me at when I went to this weekend on the plane. I'll tell you the story. So, how is the plane? What's the fucking back of the plane look like? If I draw a plane out. Is that how the back of a plane looks like? I forget how the back of a plane looks like. Coño. Okay. So, pretty much, yeah, I'll tell the story. Okay. Shark plane, yes, there you go, yeah. 100%. So, let me tell you the story. Is that plane? Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you the story. This is what happened to me on Wednesday. So, this is Wednesday. So, Wednesday, right, I go to the airport, right? Right, I go to the airport, right? PBI, Palm Beach International Airport, right? So this Wednesday, I went to PBI, Palm Beach International Airport, right? Right, I got into the plane, right? Right? I'm just chilling, bro. Right? There's somebody in front of me, and then there's this lady. Right? There's this lady next to me, and she has a dog. She has a little dog. Right? So we're chilling. Right? There's people behind me. Whatever. There's people behind me. Whatever. Now I start talking to this lady. We just start talking. Start talking about life and things. We're going from Florida to Chicago, right? We're going from Florida to Chicago. We'll bring to Chicago. My son lives there. I have a house over there. Went to Florida. I have 2 daughters that live in Florida, so I'm back and forth. I'm like, really? Finish journey now. Beautiful, bro. You've always been on a spiritual journey, right? You've always been on a spiritual journey. Now you started your fitness journey, phenomenal, but you've always been on a spiritual journey. You've been on a spiritual journey, you've been on a spiritual journey, because we're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual creatures having a human experience. So you've always been on it, brother. Always. Fitness-wise, you're on it now, you know? Now, turns out this lady is a gynecologist, right? Gynecologist, and she delivers babies. All right, her name was Shannon. Right, her name is Shannon, and she's a gynecologist, and she delivers babies. What up, Straight Light? How are you? Right? So we get to talking about life, her childhood, her kids. Her daughter had depression, like all these things, and she works a lot. She's like 60 years old. She's like 59. 60, right? She's 50, right? And the one thing she said that really stood out, right, is that she was unhappy with her body. Right? She was unhappy with her body. She was a doctor, gynecologist, deliver babies, and she was unhappy with her body. She said, I have 50 pounds extra. 50 pounds extra. That she just hasn't been able to lose. She's tried every single diet. She was vegan for a very long time. She's like, I wouldn't eat that much. I still gain weight. Right? She's like, I work long hours, all these things. And she said something. She's like, I look in the mirror and I just feel, I'm like you have an identity crisis. And when I said that, she looked over to me and she said, you know, I have not been able to think of the word for this feeling, and you just answered it for me. It's like I fucking blew her mind. It's like it's an identity crisis. She's like, I see myself and I just don't recognize myself. I'm like, yeah, for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years, you weighed maybe $135, $155. You weighed a certain amount. Now you have 50 pounds over. You're 59 years old. You have 50 pounds extra. When you look in the mirror, that's not you. At least that's not who you knew for your whole entire life. So it's an identity crisis because you can't recognize this person. Of course, you put on 50 pounds, you're not the same person you were back in high school or even in your 20s. She was almost 60, so 50 pounds, you don't look like the same person. If they added 50 pounds to me, motherfucker, I would not look like who I am. I would not. So, in that moment, I really asked, like, why haven't you been able to? She's like, I tried, but I'm busy, all these things. And the truth of the matter is, she's like, all I want at this point in my life, she does well for herself, her kids are taken care of, she got 2 places to live, but she's like, all I want in my life at this moment is to be healthy. I don't care about anything else. And it just goes to show, you know, in that moment, you know, yeah. And they're gonna be fat, 50, who knows, trying to impress. It's not even about being impressive, right? That's the thing. Because Rihanna's like, it's okay to be fat in your 50s. Like, who are you trying to impress? It's not about that. Like, she's like, I feel heavy. She's like, I feel heavy. And as they get older, that's more health complications. The older you get, the more weight you have, the harder your heart has to work. The easier it is for you to get sick as you get older and you have more weight. She walks around heavier. It's like, imagine slowly picking up dumbbells. If you have 10 pounds to lose, that's a 10-pound dumbbell that you're carrying around, right? Imagine carrying around a backpack with 10 pounds. If you have 20 pounds to lose, put 20 pounds in that backpack, tie it up to you. 30 pounds, 40 pounds, she's carrying 50 pounds. You know how exhausting that is to carry an extra 50 pounds? Horrible. And so it's made it much more difficult to deal with life. And she's noticing it. So in that moment, I told her, I'm like, look, she's like, I know what to do. And she says, one of the most common things, I know what to do, I just don't do it. I'm like, it always comes down to one reason. They ain't gonna give a fuck anymore. Rihanna, you don't even give a fuck anymore now. Oh no, my drawing. I'm like, there's only one reason, right? There's only one reason. You know what to do, but you still don't do it. Here's your, but I can't really hear it. Get out of here, busting popping. Who is this? Jesus. Now, there's only one reason, right? There's only one reason you don't do it. Only because you know what to do, you don't, and you don't do it. Only one. And it goes for most people. That's it. It's not laziness. She's not lazy. She works 2 jobs. She sometimes works at the hospital every day. For days on end. She sleeps at the hospital. She delivers babies. She's not lazy. She works 2 jobs. She's still sick. She's been working since she was 15 years old. You think that's laziness? That's not laziness. She's raised 3 kids. She's had fucking 2 houses. She works a lot. She went to school. Right? She went to school for medical school. She's not lazy. Yeah, because sometimes she just works a lot. But that's her way of coping with things. She has a lot of bills to pay. Yeah. So, and I told it's just fear. The only thing holding someone back who knows what they should do, but they don't do it, is fear. And I ask you, what do you believe is one of your biggest fears about working out? Number 1. Getting injured. I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, what's one of the biggest things you're scared of when it comes to working out? I don't want to get injured. So one of the fears that holds her back is getting injured. So even though she thinks she knows what she should be doing, in her mind, it's like, but fuck, what if I don't know what I'm doing? And what if I hurt myself? Now I really can't move. I already can't move that well. I already got 50 pounds and it's hard for me to move now. So if I try to work out and then I injure myself and then I can't move, I can't go to work, I can't pay my bills, there's no way. Like, I can't risk it. I can't risk trying to get in shape and then hurting myself and not being able to work. I won't be able to pay my kids' bills. I won't be able to put, like, how am I gonna support the family? So for her, it's such a big risk to work out in her mind that she won't do it. Fear. Right? So then, another thing. What's another fear she has? Right? Another fear that she had is like, I don't want to fail again. Right? I don't want to fail again. She's like, I tried this diet and it didn't work. So her fear is like, what if I do it and I fail again? I suck. I already feel shitty about myself. And then I'm going to try to lose weight again. And then I'm just going to fail again. And then I'm going to feel even more like shit. It's not worth it. I feel like shit enough. Why am I going to do it again and fail again? It didn't work all the other fucking times. What's going to be so different about this time? So why take action? Sound familiar? Right? Fear holds most people back more than anything. Right? Another fear that she was dealing with, right? It's fear of being too hard. Right? What if it's too hard? What if I can't keep it up? What if I do it, I do lose weight, but what if I can't keep it up? What if it's just too hard for me to maintain? Right? Right, yeah. What if it's too hard for me to maintain? What if it's too hard for me to do? Right? At least I'm getting by with where I'm at now. I'm getting by with what I am now. I've learned to adapt. Like, I've learned to wear the bigger clothes. I've learned not to exert myself. I've learned to stay in more. Like, she learned how to adapt. And that's what happens. When you sacrifice the life that you want, you start to learn to adapt to the life you have. You learn to make being stuck, you're normal. And that's where unhappiness really comes from. Knowing you know what you should do, but you don't do it, and then you come up with reasons, not excuses. But this is the deep reason why most people, maybe yourself, you are not making that move. It's not the time, it's not the money, it's not knowing what to do or how to do it, it's this. Part of it. There's other reasons, right? Another one would be fear of being judged. Right? Most people think they have to go to the gym. So like if I go to the gym, what if I look dumb? What if I don't know what to do? What people are going to criticize me? What are my friends going to say? What are my parents going to say? What's my significant other going to say? What are people going to say about me that I start working out? You know, are they going to make fun of me? Are they going to criticize me? Are they going to put me down? Like, do I really want that? Do I really want that to happen? You know? That's another fear. Right? I'm used to being judged. Like, at least they're not judging me now. I already judge myself. I already judge myself for being overweight and not liking the way I look and being tired. Now I'm going to have somebody else judging me? Fuck, bro. I don't want that. Fuck. I'll go kill myself. You know? So it's another fear. I think going to the gym intimidates a lot of people. Absolutely. 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 I don't blame people because there's a lot of people in there. What's up, man? A lot of people in there working out. You're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Are they looking at me? There's a lot of buff people. They look deadly. Are they going to kill me? Are they going to hurt me? Are they going to laugh at me? What's going on? What if I hurt myself? Right? So, another one, which took me some time to understand this fear. Right? It took me some other time to understand this fear, which is fear of success. Like, I never understood. I'm like, how the fuck you're afraid of fucking getting in great shape? What's the fear of getting in great shape? Because when you get in better shape, there comes more judgment. People will start to pay more attention to you. People will start to say more things about you, good things and bad things. You know, what does that mean for your wardrobe? What does that mean for your lifestyle? What does that mean for life moving forward? What does life look like when I'm in better shape? But can I handle that? Can I handle the comments? Can I handle people looking at me? Can I handle people be like, you did amazing, you did great? Can I handle that? You know that it's gonna be it's gonna bring a lot more attention to me when I get in better shape. Will my partner still love me? Right? Like, well, I still want to be with my partner. What am I gonna do with all this confidence? What if I don't like the way I look? What if I reach my goal and I don't even like the way I look? What up, Sammy? Sammy, your question didn't come through. And if it's not going through, it's because TikTok's blocking it. Listen to Chocolate Rain by Chocolate Rain? No, I like my techno music. Maybe another time. At 30, can I start gym or is it too late, please? Sammy, bro, I'm 31, bro. Yes, you can start the gym now. It's better late than never, brother. If you want faster results, you get a coach. If you want steadfast, simple results, you can do it yourself, brother. Brother, I'm 31. I started doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and MMA like 3 months ago. I always did boxing, but I never really dapped into jiu-jitsu like that. So, yeah, I'm 31, bro. I'm rolling with all these. I was wrestling with a 15-year-old the other day. Yeah, Sammy, put a plan together. But, brother, what will stop you from actually making progress is one of these. Are you scared of getting injured? Are you scared you're going to fail? Is it going to be too hard? Are you fear being judged by people? Are you too old? Or you fear success? One of these things are going to stop you. One of these things are going to stop. 6 packs can I get? Brother, you can get anything you want, bro. Where is he? He's almost 40 now. One of my clients. He was 37 at the moment. He was 37, I believe, when we took this photo. Yeah, this is my guy. He was 37. He was 37 right here, 37 here. He's 40 now, but yeah. One of my clients. He was 37. 2 kids, 2 daughters, and a wife. And then I'll show you my guy. Where's my guy? Santiago, bro, 50. 60 years old, bro. 60. Bro, 60 years old, bro. Yeah, 60 years old, bro. 60, bro. Yeah, 60 years old. A retired cop. We got him shredded. Yep. We got him shredded. Yeah, bro. Oh, this is my other guy, Andrew, 37 years old with kids and family. Yeah, I helped him, bro. Help him get the next step.
One day you should do a whole party stream.
What? How do I do that? How do I do the party stream? What do you mean party? Bring party hats? I might do it because it's one game. Yeah. I'll see what's up. Yeah. So it's never too late, man. And a lot of these things, right? And so to combat fear, right? To combat fear, my biggest advice when it comes to combating fear, right? Is if you're afraid of taking action, then I also want you to think about inaction. What if you don't take action? Right? What if you don't take action? What's going to happen? If you don't start, if you're scared of getting injured so you don't work out, well, what's been happening the last 3 to 5 years? Did you gain weight the last 3 to 5 years? Well, if you gained weight the last 3 to 5 years and you don't like the way you look, the next 3 to 5 years are going to be the same or worse. I want you to really understand that. The next 3 to 5 years are going to be either the same or worse. So if you've gained weight the last 3 to 5 years, then you're going to gain weight the next 3 to 5 years if you do nothing about it. That's just life. That's life right there. There's 2 ways to face fear. Either your fear of actually taking action or your fear of inaction. They're all going to lead to an end. You decide. They're both inevitable. And one of them is going to happen.
One day you should bring your friends over and your brother and have a massive party on live. Oh my God, Sergio Ramos.
It's not Sergio Ramos. It's Alex. Doing this. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll see what's up. Maybe when I go to when Kate does another thingamabobber, we'll do that. Right? If you fail again, right? And this can go for all of them, right? What's a realistic weight loss? Shayana. What's a realistic? It all depends. I'm going to be real with you. It all depends. Okay? Let me put it this way. You tell me. Okay? I'll make a little drawing. Cheyenne, this is a great question. Even with you too. By the end of the year, what's a realistic weight loss? Okay? See, if you... This is the way I look at it. This is you. Right? That's right, right? This is you. Are you make a God? 2. This is you. One thing I want you to understand. At this year, when did you have the most motivation? This year alone, when did you have the most motivation? It's very common. When did you have the most motivation this year? Who put it in the chat? This month? Okay. I'll challenge that. What about January 1st? Thank you, Javi. There you go. January. Most people have the most motivation. Most people. But things can happen during life. Things can happen in life. Breakups and things. I get that. Like, one of my brother went through a breakup, so that's fucking motivating, right? But you have to understand, some people, one of their highest days of motivation is January. Okay? Some people is July because something happened. So we have to understand something. You have motivation right now. Right? You have motivation right now. So to answer your question, what's a realistic amount of weight? You have to ask yourself this. Have you tried losing weight in the past? Yes or no? Most likely yes. Why did it fail? Why did it fail? Because you didn't have a good plan? Was it not sustainable enough? Were you not seeing results? Was it too hard? Right? There's a reason why you quit last time. This isn't the first time you're trying to lose weight. Why did you quit last time? Was it too hard? Were you not getting results? Did you just quit? Did you fall off and stay off? Because if you're going to approach it the same way you did last time, the same thing is going to happen. It's not about more willpower. It's not more about more discipline, right? None of that. Money for a trainer and no results. Money for a trainer. Listen, and I'll say this for most people, right? Money is never an issue, right? Money is never an issue. The lack of resourcefulness is. I've had to hire coaches to help me grow my business or to even get me fucking trophies, right? To get me trophies. And I had to go into debt. I had to pull a credit card out and get people to coach me because number one, I wanted it bad enough, right? I wanted it bad. How bad do you want it? I wanted it bad enough. I really wanted to get the body I've always wanted to get. Number two, I was willing to be resourceful. Okay? And then number three is like, if I don't do anything, am I okay with the next 2 to 3 years looking the same way? You got to think about it because it's not just costing you money. It's costing you relationships. It's costing you time. It's costing you more money. I know some people that lost weight, left their job, got a better paying job. I got a client right now who's been with me for 1 year, lost 75 pounds. I'm like, brother, if I gave you 100 grand, would you go back to the weight that you were at? He's like, fuck no. He said, bro, you couldn't pay me to go back to the weight that I was. I'm like, yeah, it's priceless. So money for a trainer, not getting results, right? But you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have more information at your fingertips than ever before. There's never been an easier time. There's never been an easier time for you to get in better shape. What if you're offered $1 billion? You couldn't offer me $1 billion to not work out for a year. Fuck that. I'll give you $1 billion, but you can't work out for a year. Fuck no. No way. Then I just get fat. What's the point of fucking having all the money? So back to the thing. So he said money and fucking, what's it called? Money and fucking not getting results, right? I think, and I've seen your stories before. You go out and drink, right? I know who it is. Who you said, like you spent money on alcohol. You spent money on dinners, right? So don't tell me it's money. It's just your priorities. You rather spend money on alcoholic drinks and spend money on going out and having dinners than investing it on a trainer to help you actually look the way you want to look, right? Always remember that. You're always investing money. You look in the mirror, you've invested that money. What up, Randall? But let me answer this girl, right? And no results. I've been at it for 3 years. Only this year I've seen results. Beautiful. So you've seen results. Then what's realistically? I mean, with a trainer, you can lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. I have one of my clients, Patty. She lost 50 pounds in 6 months. There's Patty. Yeah, Patty lost 50 pounds in 6 months. Yeah. Oh, I agree too. Christmas billionaires aren't even in shape. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, billionaires aren't in shape. Most billionaires aren't in shape. No. Yeah. What up, baby? I haven't seen this boy in like 5 days. haven't seen you in like 5 days. I haven't seen you in like 5 days. I haven't seen you so long. Say hi to the people. I haven't seen you in like 5 days. Go. You're such a good boy. What was good? Let me know. Gracias, Baba. Who is the best looking Kardashian sister? Alright. Bit long, 100%. Randall, I have good news. What the fuck is the good news, brother? Randall, what the fuck is the good news? Okay. Let me see. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and so if you don't take action, right? So let's put this play by play, okay? Oh, did you get the solid? Oh, thank you. I don't know, my mom or dad. Okay, so let me put things in perspective for you. Hopefully this will help you out, right? I want you just to consider something. All right, we are now in August. Which is August, September, October, I can't. October, November, December. Right? This is all that's left of this year. August, September, October, November, December. That's it. That's it. So this year has gone by. Remember your New Year's resolution. Remember your New Year's resolution. I'm going to tell you right now, these months, October, November, December, are the holidays. You think if you couldn't get yourself in shape, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, if you couldn't get yourself in shape to lose the 10 pounds, 50 pounds, 30 pounds, 40, 50, and all these months, right? You think it was hard back then? Where's these? Right? Which crazy. I've had some of the best transformations around these times, right? Yeah, I don't celebrate, so there's no excuse. There is no excuse. Shea, Shea, I don't know how much you want to lose, but the sky's the limit. Shea, if you want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and here's the thing, Shea, it's not hard to lose weight. The biggest thing is keeping it off. The biggest transition is not from losing weight, but losing weight, liking the way you look, liking the way you feel, and making sure you can actually sustain the weight loss and sustain the lifestyle.
Thing about being in shape is you have to maintain that shit. That takes effort.
Motherfucker, it takes effort to fucking be out of shape too, right? It takes hella effort to fucking stay out of shape, right? I would say that it's like anything, right? It's like getting in shape. Once you know how to get in shape, you stay in shape, there comes a lot of benefits. Rihanna, there's another life that you could be living if you were in better shape. Way better. You probably have a better relationship. Probably have a family if you wanted a family, but you'd probably have a better relationship, not just with someone else, but with yourself. You get more confidence being in shape? Yeah, dude. You have more confidence, you have more energy, right? And that's what I tell people. I'm like, what is it costing you right now? Like, there's something called a price. Like, yes, you have to invest into a trainer, into a coach to help you guide you through the path. But that's like saying, I need to get a root canal. I'm just gonna give it to myself to save some money. No, motherfucker, you're going to the dentist and get a fucking root canal so you can do it right. Okay? And so you also have to understand that getting a coach or somebody is an investment. It's an investment into education. It's an investment to yourself. It's an investment to your future. It's an investment to you and your kids and your family as well. Once you learn how to actually understand nutrition, which is what I do, we're teaching, is that you can pass this beautiful skill off to your kids, to your friends, to your family members, your cousin, Like once you get in shape and you understand how to get in shape, it's that you can really teach other people, right? You can really teach the people you care about. You can motivate the people around you. The best thing you can give someone you love is fucking inspiration. The best gift you can give someone that you care about so much is inspiration and the hope and faith that they can also do it. What up, brother? You could put him, yeah, but you have anxiety trainers, what do you mean? Oh, man. But if you had anxiety trainers, could you help while living? Trainers, you can do it yourself. No, you don't. Trainers do it. But if you're trainers, no, Wallaby is somebody who doesn't think about other people. You feel me? Wallaby is somebody else who doesn't think about other people. You feel me? Like, are there people who do it themselves? Yeah, of course. I got myself in great shape before I hired somebody. I just wanted to know more. I wanted to become a better trainer. I want to know more about digestion. I want to know more about like macros and things like that. I share my knowledge all the time. Yeah, well, I wish we get back into the word. Yeah, but knowledge isn't enough. Application is the issue. You have enough knowledge. What you need is application. Right? That's what a coach and the level of accountability does. It's like I help you. I tell people, I help you stop lying to yourself. You said you were going to work out, you didn't. You said you weren't going to drink, you did. Yeah, you said you weren't going to cheat on your diet, you did. So part of me is like, don't lie to yourself. This is what you said we're going to do. We're going to do this. And when you do what you said you know you're supposed to do, forget about it. Game over. That's it. And that gets you to where you want to go. That's the important part. Get to where you want to go. You know your goal. But you keep stopping yourself from getting there. If someone needs their coach, they ain't ready. Bro, where are my coaches? My first coach, where is he? I got him when I was 21. Yeah, this is my first coach. Really cool guy. He didn't even look that good of a shape. Yeah, he's one of my first coaches. That's my first meal plan ever. I ever gotten, pretty much. I was like 21 years old. Had a little G-Shock. That guy got me into partly this of shape. This is like 3 months later. Like, I was already in decent shape. But that's the first man that actually taught me how to that's the guy who taught me how to weigh my food out. I'm like, what do you mean I gotta weigh my food out? He's like, you gotta buy a scale. I'm like, I gotta buy a scale? I've never in my life had a scale. I've had a decent body, right? But I got him. And then eventually, which led me to my first show. Where is my first show? Yeah, led me to my first show. There's no pillar, no. Yeah, he doesn't know what's up. Yeah, because I was already in decent shape. This is me at 17. I had coaches back then too, which is crazy. I've had coaches my whole life. I mean, when I was 17, yeah, I've had coaches my whole life. I took weightlifting class, right? Can you give examples of the weight of food? T loves weight of food. It's all different, right? It's all different. Everyone's different, right? So I'll give you an example. T love, right? T love. Here's the thing, okay? How do I start with you? Javi, shoot me a DM, brother. Shoot me a DM, right? Or go click the link in my bio, and then go to the one-on-one consultation, and just pick a date and time where you can have a consultation. It's very simple, bro. Go to the link in my bio, one-on-one coaching consultation. Click on that, pick a time, then we can have a coaching call. The reason figured out you claim lift heavy. Yeah, exactly. This is a dumbass. So, for example, right? T loves. Let's take you, for example. One of the first things I would ask, because everything is personalized. We must understand the fastest way for you to get to your goal, right, is to have something personalized. The slowest way to get to your goal is to have something generic, something that doesn't fit you. Imagine walking to a suit store or you're going to look for your wedding dress, right? If you're a guy, suit. And you just go and you just, hey, I like that color. You pick out a suit. That's just too fucking big on me. And then you just take it and you wear it. You're like, fuck it, I guess I'll just wear these. I'll put these shoes. They look good, but they're just too big on me. That's how most people pick their diets. That looks pretty cool. I'll do that, I guess. I can do that, I guess. Same thing with the wedding dress. You go in there, I like that wedding. It looks really good. It doesn't even fucking fit you. It's too tight. Or it's too big. It looks nice, I guess I'll wear it. And then after like a week, you're like, this fucking sucks. Right? But imagine going, meeting someone, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is the event. This is where I'm going. This is how long I want it to take. Can you help me? Sure, let's try these on. And they start measuring you. What have you done? What do you like? This. And so that is what creates the perfect plan. So T, before I start thinking, well, what are the, I'm like, well, first things first, T, like, do you want to lose body fat? Do you want to build muscle? Like, where are you going? Before I even give you directions. Before I even give you directions, I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you're at. Like, where are you even going? You know? Don't waste mine. Don't waste mine. Hello. Hey, whoa, whoa. Let me see. What? Yeah. No, it didn't go through Rihanna. It didn't. Right? So, that's why I would ask her, right? Because there's certain things I have to understand of everyone, anyone that I ever work with. The first question, these are a couple of questions I ask, right? The first one is like, what is the goal? Right? What is your goal? It's very simple, but we go deeper than that. What is your goal? After we figure out what your goal is, what is the vision? You can do this yourself, right? If you want, you can do this yourself, right? What is your goal? I want to lose, Alex, I want to lose like 20, 30 pounds. Cool. And most of the time, you have to lose a little bit more than that, right? So I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm on 30 pounds. I always tell people, if you want to lose this much, you're probably going to need to lose this much. Because once you lose this much, you realize that you still have a lot more to fucking lose. I always tell people, add another 5, 10 pounds to whatever you want to lose, right? I agree with you. I've taught myself everything I know in terms of training, dieting. It's really very simple, but it's not easy. Yeah, 100%. Some people can, bro. Some people can. Some people can't. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with hiring help, right? It's like, could you teach yourself how to fucking read? Could you teach yourself how to fucking drive, you know? But having someone help you, there's nothing wrong with it. Because it's not easy for everybody, right? So what is your goal? What is your vision? You know, and vision, and what I mean by vision, hang on. What I mean by vision is like, really imagine yourself with the goal already. What would you do if you just happen to have a six-pack? What would you do if you had an hourglass waist? If your waist wasn't there anymore? What would you do if you can lift your shirt up and actually enjoy what you like? If you took your shirt off and you had bigger biceps, bigger triceps, bigger shoulders, what would you do? What's your life look like? When you start to create a vision, it's much more exciting. Because one of the mistakes that people make is they focus so much on losing. I want to lose this much. I want to lose this much. Well, where's the winning part? Where's the winning part? Once I lose it, what am I going to gain? More self-respect. I'm going to have more freedom. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to be able to finally wear what I want to wear. I gain a whole new wardrobe. When you go from like, oh, I need to lose, to like, I'm also going to gain. It changes the way your mind looks at, it perceives working out and eating better. It perceives understanding nutrition. It perceives what working out really is. When you shift it from losing to also gaining. I'm gaining more energy. I'm gaining more confidence. I'm gaining more self-respect. I'm gaining more self-love. I'm gaining more freedom. Being disciplined doesn't mean you don't have freedom. Shit. Discipline allows you to have more freedom. Because when you are controlled by your pleasures, you have no freedom. When you're controlled by the cravings, you're controlled by the drinking, you're controlled by the comfort of skipping your workouts. When you're controlled by that, you don't have freedom. It's why you want to escape. Because the outcome of the result, you look in the mirror and you don't like the way you look. So that's not freedom. You're still paying a price. how much longer are you going to continue paying that price? When there's another price you can pay. There is. It just has a better reward. Okay? Chill, Pop. Any questions? Chill, Papa. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Shannon, back. Ah, shit. I was dropping some bars. Yeah, I'll be 6 this month. Yeah. Before we get into the holidays. I can do it. I know I can. Hi, baby. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Shannon, do you do food journal? If so, could you share it? I don't do a food journal anymore. I used to, brother. I used to, but not anymore. I used to food journal, but I stopped because it became unconscious. It became very easy for me to track everything. This is what I did in the beginning. Yeah, this is almost 10 years ago. This is 2017. And I was here listening the whole time. Okay, I didn't see that comment. But yeah, this is what I did. Right? I would rate my workouts a 9. You know, this would be like my meals. One of them, right? I used to wake up late. I used to wake up hella late. Or have my first meal late. So, right? 11 a.m., 12 egg whites, 1 cup of rice. We have 2 p.m., 8 ounces of chicken, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of spinach. 5 p.m., 8 ounces of chicken, 1 cup of rice. 9 p.m., post-workout, 1 banana, 12 egg whites, 6 ounces of sweet potato. My workout was an 8. So I would write all of these, right? 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m., 11 p.m. 9:30 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. So I would have 6 meals a day at one point. At one point I was having 6 meals. Now I have 3. I have 3, maybe 4. Things change. Goals change. Throwing shade to saying trainers and dieters are leveraging definitely made things more convenient. You can't today. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're a luxury. I wouldn't say that you could see lose. Well, that's what we just done. I mean, could see lose weight as transfer John Donovan. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't say they're a luxury though, because people spend money on things that don't bring them a great return on investment. Right? People think they can't afford it, but they can. It's just, what are they willing to sacrifice? Right? Is it the dinners? Is it the alcohol? Right? People spend so much. I know some people that spend like $400 a month on weed. Think about that. They spend like $400 a month on weed. I just don't have the money. It's priority, right? But again, it's the balances. It's the scales. It's all psychological. It's very psychological. Because the thing with training is that you still have to put in the work. Like, that's the thing with training. You still have to put, which is perfectly fine, man. You know? You have to put in the work. But that's why you feel so much better about yourself. That's why it's one of the most impressive things you can do. And like, you show up anywhere and you're in great shape, it's so impressive. Like, when you show up with someone with a nice car, that's impressive. You show up somewhere with a nice body, that's really impressive. Because you can't just buy that overnight. No amount of money can like buy that. You can get help with it. But what's impressive is like, damn, the amount of dedication and discipline and sacrifice I took. Like, no, like people admire things like that. You might see a lot of people online that are in shape, but in the real world, 75% of Americans are overweight. In the real world, go walk into the airport. I was just at an airport. Barely anybody's in shape. Most people are out of shape. I remember going to Texas like 3 months ago. I was standing in the TSA line. I'm like, bro, no one here is jacked. Like, I don't see anyone here with muscles or like in good shape. I mean, it's crazy, man. So I think the internet has made it seem like everybody's in shape. Not really. A very small portion of people are in shape. So beautiful. Any last questions before I head out? Ni hao, Karim. What up, Karim? Karim, you can always click the link in my bio. And then I'll hit you guys up. I'll message you guys after I'm done here. And I'll probably be back on later. What peptides do you use? I don't use any peptides. Fuck peptides. No, Chris, just have a good day. No, Rihanna, you have a great day. Alright, Rihanna, you have a great day. Hey, yo. We're live tomorrow. I might be back live in a few. All depends. But yeah, tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow for sure. Maybe later tonight. Okay, for those who have any more questions, you can DM me or I'll DM you, okay? Los quiero mucho. Un abrazo. Ciao, YouTube.